fabrics we'll be using and this. So we'll be using both fabrics. Now you don't need this, so guys, please, you can always do this directly on your fabric, but because I like working with pattern, okay, so this is an old pattern that I have, and I just extended it to the length. I just reduced the length. Okay, so this is my shoulder, and I've added my shoulder allowance already, added my armhole allowance. So this is the original neckline, the 3x3, and then this is the back neckline. Okay, so this is the front, so I use this to cut the front and the back. Okay, so now I want to get the yoke. So now my yoke is going to end around my bust line. All right, it's going to end on this bust line here, so I'll just cut this out. Now this is my measurement. So the waist is, I did because I don't want it very fitted. Okay, I don't want it closely fitted. Ideally my bust is 36, 37, but I'm using 40. You can see 10 because I still want it a bit free, guys. So this is my waist, added to the waistline also, and then the hip. We don't need the hip for this. Okay, so what I will just do is just to get my bust line, so I'll connect it to my bust line this way. For the neckline, this is, I came down from my neckline, I measured 3 inches, so I don't want it too low. So 3 inches, and I came in 3 inches as well. So this is 3. So this is 3. This is 1. I came in 1 inch. 1 inch for next from here. Okay, and then I'll connect it to this 1 inch allowance, this 1 inch on my shoulder line. So you can see that it's no longer straight. So I'll cut this now. So what that means is that this is now my neckline. Okay, so I'm cutting my neckline. So now I'm doing this for the front and the back. So for the back, I may decide not to come this low. What I'll do now is cut. You can label this part here. So you can see this is my armhole, this is my shoulder, this is my shoulder, guys. So you can see this is the yoke, and then I will just add seam allowance so I don't forget, and then add seam allowance, joining allowance. Okay, so after we can be using for this, for the down part. Okay, fold into 2, you can see, folded into 2, and then fold again. So as if you're cutting a 360 flare, just fold it the way you fold your 360. So this is it. Make sure the edges are equal, and then you come to this part again. Make sure everything is equal, guys, and then you come and then you place your pattern. So like I always do, I'll get this part here and spread, but I want to slash and spread it. So what I did here is just to draw a straight line. You can see a straight line here, a straight line here. And so I just want to tape it down so I don't cut through. Okay, so just to slash line, you can draw as many slash line as you want. So I'm doing slash and spread on the yoke. Okay, they will be pleat on this part, so I like doing this on my pattern so I can get it accurately. Okay, so you can see the shape. I already shaped it. I don't want it flip all the way from here. Okay, so this is it. I'll place it like this, and then I'll follow this my shape. You can see I already added seam allowance. I'll follow the shape like this. Remember, this place is already, there is fullness here already, and then I'll extend it. Okay, so that is just it. But if you don't want to do that, so you can also do it this way. So me, I want it very full. I want the down part very full. So this is it. So I'm spread this one, now pin the bottom. So this is the bottom. Reduce this measurement by 1 inch because I'll be using the Ankara fabric just for design purpose. Okay, I don't want it to be straight. So what that means is this part, I have to join it. It's no longer straight. It's actually spread it, so a little bit of course, so it's going to drop well. Okay, so this is the bottom part. So I didn't measure. Okay, so look at the beginning. So this is the tip. I open here. I didn't measure. So measure. I'm supposed to do high-low. I love high-low, but I won't be doing that. So I'll measure from here. What I have so this 33.5. So I start measuring from here. You can see how I place my tip, 33.5. So this is 33.5. So I'll mark 33.5 here. And then I'll mark another 33.5. Sorry, this is 33.5. And then I'll connect it. So now I need extra to complete this part. Okay, so I'll just cut in allowance of 0.5. So this is the part I'm going to follow. You can see I'm going to follow. So if I use this piece to join this part, so remember this part that we are joining 4 pieces. You can see that it's 4. So this is the part where I will need to join. So I pray this is enough. Okay, so you can see what I have is actually enough. Good, I forgot to check the measurement because I've had this fabric for a very long time. Okay, so I'll place it this way and then overlap, so you can see what I have. I'll use my chalk to connect it. So we'll use my chalk to just connect. Okay, so this will be my straight line. Guys, can you see what I've done? So I'll pin it down. So you can see, right? Carefully, and then this is it. So now I'll pin it down. So I'm joining. You can see I marked it so I don't get confused about the back and the front. So I just marked each pieces. So I did the same thing to the fabric. Okay, so make sure you get 2 each and then you mark 2 each. That's if the fabric, the right and the wrong side looks alike. So I'll place everything this way. I'll pin it and I'll keep this aside. I'll go and join it when I'm ready to join the pieces. Okay, so we'll be cutting our yoke now. So I already showed you how to cut the yoke. So we'll keep this now. I will join and then I'll get my yoke here. I'll just open up the fabric and I'll place. So guys, this is the front, this is the yoke. So like I said, I'll be using the back. I'll be using the yoke for the back also. So now because I don't want my back to be this low, so I'm coming up 2 inches from. So this is the 2 inches, and then this is my so this will now be my back neckline. So what it means that I came down 4 inches on my back. Okay, so this is still also wide enough for my head to be able to pass through. Okay, so this is 4 inches by 3, and then we'll come in on our neckline. So I'll add my seam allowance now. Please make sure you add your seam allowance. If you don't add your seam allowance, it means you'll be entering into your shoulder and your neckline, so it will now become wider. Okay, so this is it, and then I'll add my seam allowance for the shoulder. Okay, so this is my seam allowance, and remember I've added seam allowance to the armhole already, and then to the bust we've added seam allowance from our measurement, and then this part that has joining I'll add seam allowance. So I'll cut. So I'm cutting the back first. So this is the back. Now I'll be cutting the front. So I'll fold the same piece. Fold it. Make sure you fold it very well so you don't waste your fabric. You can see I really did not waste so much. Remember the back is still on fold. Back and front are both on fold. Okay, I'll pin. Chalk it down, and then so So guys, I have my back and my front ready. So this is the front and this is the back. So this is the back. So you can see everything is the same, just for the back neck. Okay, so now what you can do is, if you have enough fabric, you can use the fabric to cut this one that you can facing or lining. So whatever you're using, so I'll be using black lining to cut this. So I don't want to waste that fabric because I still have other things to do with it. Okay, so I'll use this to cut the facing. I'll cut this just the same way like this. So that is what I will use to turn the neckline. Please make sure you differentiate the back from the front. So for the pockets now, the circle pocket, so I'll be cutting it as though I'm cutting a 60-degree flip, 360-degree flip. I don't want the pocket to be too wide. So okay, so let me just do 7. So if it's too wide, I can easily reduce it. Okay, so I'll fold it into, I'll fold it again, 7. Let me do 7.5. So I'll be turning the edge with 1/2 inch. Okay, so this is 7.5. I'll mark 7.5. So this is 7.5. 7.5. Connect. So this is my circle. Fold my fabric again and then cut, and I'll place it and cut. So you can cut that way, or you can just decide to fold this way and then follow it and cut. Okay, so guys, I have my 2 circles. So this is what I'll be using as the pocket. So what I'll do, I'll fold it the same way and then cut the lining. So I'll use this to cut lining 2 each. So I'll sew the edge, sew it round, and then look for an opening on the line. I'll open the lining and then turn it out. Make sure you sew it very, very straight, so it won't be folded. The circle won't be altered. And then I'll open it. Once I open, I'll turn it, iron it flat, and then you can now place it and then sew. Once you sew, you stop. You leave a point where you can fix your hand inside. Okay, so that is just it. Okay guys, so this is the down part. So you can see, so I will notch this center here. This is the part that's going to connect to the yoke. So I'll notch both. I'll take one. I'll use one as the front. So I'll keep this. So I'll look for the front. So I just assume I actually pinned it. I've not sewn it. So I just open and then, so you can see how wide it is. So like I said, if you are not still too comfortable with this part, if this part is still too full, so you can still bring it in. So make sure you do the same to the back and still bring it in from here. Don't temper with the yoke line. So just from here, bring it. So just cut it if you want it more shapy. Okay, all right, so this is it. And then you open, get the right side open. When you open, so assuming I've sewn it, so I'll come down, I'll measure where I want the pocket to start from. So I'll come down like 8 inches. I'll mark my 8 inches here. I'll mark 8 inches here, and I'll come down here. I'll mark 8 inches. Okay, so it's just a guide, okay, just to guide me on how to place my pocket. So this is the center line. You can see the center here. So you can fold and iron so you can get the crease line. So now, how much do you want to spread it? Do you want it very close? Okay, so I will just place. Okay guys, so I want to quickly show you what I've done so you can see the side. So I placed this circle I cut. So this is a full circle. and you can see I used lining to turn it inside, and then I opened one small part, so it was from the small part I opened, that was where I turned it and I iron and I place. You can see, so this is where your hand is going to pass through. This is the pocket, so same as the other side. So same as this other side, so you can see the pocket by this side. So I did the same thing and I stoned it, so you can choose to stone yours. And also, because I have a lot of the fabric, I just cut a long strip, so the strip is about 2.5. So I placed it on fold, I folded it, you can see, and I sew it. So this is it. What I'll do is to overlock it with my machine. You just sew and iron straight. So it's a long strip, I didn't cut it in circles, it's just a long straight strip, and I join it. I just want to have a pattern of the fabric at the bottom, the pockets and the upper part. So this is it, and this is a cap sleeve. I know you know how to sew a cap sleeve. If you want me to do a tutorial on how to do a cap sleeve, please let me know in the description box. Okay, so you can see the part we join. You can see our joining is aligning. That's to tell you that it was properly joined. Okay, from the this part here, I came down here. Okay, so from my center, this my side here, I came and I measured. You can see what I have here. I measured like 10 inches. Okay, so I have like 10 inches plus, you know, there's same allowance here, so I placed it. I make sure I place it, and I did the same to this side. Just measure the same inch on both sides. It's a circle dress, so the tendency for one to be higher than the other is very. So just place. After placing, you go back and you measure again. So I keep measuring, and then until once I'm satisfied, and now, so you can see it's just it's very simple. Just sew round and then just give a space. So the space I left behind was just for my hand to be able to pass through, and is not more than 6 inches. You can see 6 inches. So that is how I made this dress. So I'll show you. I'm sure you can see, you already see the finishing. So I used my stone applicator and my pressing iron to stone it. So this is it, guys. Please, if you're watching from YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. If it's on Facebook, please like, share and leave a comment. Thank you.